Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are all good and healthy. Crazy times, guys. I can't even believe how quick life has changed in like a matter of a week. Like, it's like in a movie. It's straight out of a movie. It's crazy. Oh shoot, but we still have this crazy Lori to talk about here. New things are still coming up about her. So I'm just gonna do a quick update with Lori. There's a new thing about Lori, a quick little update on Gannon, and then Angela and William. Well, Angela Boswell and William McLeod. Just a couple quick little things. Lori. We're going to talk about Lori first, okay? New thing came out. So this article, I'm going to read you some parts of this article. It's what an Amazon order reveals about Lori Daybell's wedding ring. Wait till you hear this, guys. Jeez, this lady, I swear. It's like, I feel like we just nothing surprises me with her. And him and Chad, I swear this guy, they need to arrest him because he has just a bit as big of a part as she does in this. He needs to be in jail too. But let me read this. Okay, so first of all, Lori Vallow Daybell is again asking a judge to lower her $1 million bail. Are you kidding me? And rumor has it Chad freaking spent most of the money, or they both spent most of the money. So, I mean, they don't really have that much left, and I don't think this new judge is gonna lower it. I really don't. She needs to just stay in prison where she belongs. She did the crime. She's got to do the time, you know? So let me read this about her ring now. Wait to hear this. So Lori married Chad Daybell on November 5th, 2019 in Hawaii. Remember, we saw those happy wedding pictures. Their kids are missing. Tammy, his wife, just died, and they're all smiling it up in these wedding pictures in Hawaii, living it up, spending thousands of dollars. So yeah, that was less than 3 weeks after Chad's 49-year-old wife, Tammy, suddenly died in her sleep. And I hope the autopsy has found something. I really hope. And I don't think we'll get the answers until the trial because it's a part of the investigation, obviously. But let's just hope that they found something because Chad needs to go down too. I mean, he is definitely a part of this. I mean, now after this and then that storage unit video showing that was him most likely, I mean, I'm convinced it was him. And that was October 2nd, a couple weeks before his wife even died. He's over there at the storage unit slapping Lori's butt. And now listen to this, okay? So the one picture of Chad and Lori on the beach laughing and holding each other, and one picture displays the wedding ring on Lori's hand, right? So East Idaho News, which I love East Idaho News for this case, they are on it. He has done such a good job in getting all the facts and details of this case. So he has learned that the ring, a size 4 sterling silver southwestern style malachite gemstone, was purchased on Amazon for $35.99 on October 2nd. Wow, the same day the storage unit video. Remember? That was October 2nd when Chad was seen taking the tire and slapping her butt. That was October 2nd. So they purchased this wedding ring on that day for $35.99. And remember, that's 17 days before Tammy passed away. Because Tammy passed away October 19th. So this is October 2nd. The same day they bought the ring and they went to the storage unit. A screenshot of the order verified by 3 people close to the investigation shows the ring was delivered October 7th to the townhome where Lori was staying on Pioneer Road in Rexburg. The name on the order was Charles Vallow, Lori's husband, who had been shot and killed by her brother Alex Cox nearly 3 months earlier. Sources say Lori continued to use Vallow's Amazon account after he died. Doesn't surprise me. They continued to use his car, his account. So also, a website history on the computer from which the ring was ordered also showed someone searching for wedding dresses the next day, according to sources close to the investigation. So October 2nd is a significant date, like I was saying, because it's the same day the surveillance footage shows Lori and a man believed to be Chad Daybell slapping her butt at the Self Storage Plus in Rexburg. And they were also seen dropping off the tire and the rear car seat around 2:30 p.m. Also, that's the same day Brandon Boudreaux, the ex-husband of Lori Daybell's niece, Melanie Pawlowski, was shot at that same day. Thanks to East Idaho News, they put this stuff together and came to the conclusion that the reason they had to take the tire and the car seat to the storage is because Alex was using Charles Vallow's Jeep, and like the reporter from East Idaho News was saying, that in order to open that back window they needed to take the tire off, and they took the back seat out. So somebody was probably, Alex was probably, sitting back in the back seat, laying down in the back seat. He was probably the one shooting, and obviously there was somebody else driving. I mean, that's obvious. You're not going to shoot while you're driving, because they were actually on the road driving at the moment when the shooting was happening. So it's unlikely you're going to be driving and shooting at the same time. I mean, obviously he had somebody driving the car, and I'm sure Alex was the one shooting and somebody was driving. I still think it was Melanie. I mean, that's just my opinion. I think that was Melanie driving the car and Alex shooting. Because a week later, if you remember that 911 call of Brandon's parents calling 911 saying Melanie's at the door, banging on the door trying to get her kids, and Alex is the one that drove her there, and that's the second time she tried to do that. And the first time they arrested her, I think they arrested her both times, if I'm remembering right, but he called the cops because, I mean, she was just banging on the door and just screaming, and he even mentions on the phone to the 911 operator that he thinks that she was involved in the shooting at his son the week before, or it might have been a couple weeks before, but it wasn't that long after she was at their door, because that was the second time she was at their door trying to get the kids. So anyway, that's just my opinion. I do think Melanie was the one driving. So that is a significant day, because October 2nd, they order the wedding ring. They go to the storage unit to drop off the tire and the seat so Alex could be able to shoot out the back window of Charles's Jeep that same day, probably with Melanie. But so he was able to try to shoot Brandon, but thank God he missed. So, and then we know that Alex dies 2 months later in this mysterious death. I mean, we don't know because they haven't released that, because it's a part of the investigation. So they haven't released the autopsy of Alex or Tammy. And I don't think we'll know that for a while because of the case, to protect the case. And I understand that. Hey man, do what they got to do to get these people. And if they got to keep it private, then I totally understand. And then I guess Rich Robertson, a private investigator hired by Brandon Boudreaux, believes Cox was the shooter. So I guess it sounds like Brandon actually saw the Jeep, and that's what, when he made the police report, he said he saw that it was the Jeep that was shooting at him. I don't know how sure he was that what he saw was the Jeep and that was for sure who was shooting at him, but I believe it. I really do. So I guess Lori's wedding ring is made of malachite, a mineral often called the stone of transformation. It's used in energy healings and was mentioned in the document allegedly written by Melanie's new husband, Ian Pawlowski. So Ian reportedly describes what Melanie told him about Lori's religious beliefs. Under one section he wrote, malachite is said to have healing properties. So that's kind of interesting. So Lori's next court appearance is scheduled for May 7th, but in a motion filed Tuesday, Mark Means, her attorney, requested oral arguments before Magistrate Judge Michelle Mallard concerning her bail. Means noted that new facts have come to light since a previous bond hearing. Mallard recently took over the case after Means requested that Magistrate Judge Farron Edens step down. Means did not detail the new information in the court filings, and a bond hearing had not been set as of Wednesday morning. Chad Daybell has not been arrested or charged with any crimes. But I think it's only a matter of time. I think they're getting the evidence and information they need to arrest Chad. I think it's only a matter of time that he's going to be arrested too. I feel like they have enough circumstantial evidence on him. Maybe not. Maybe they will need the autopsy results of Tammy's to come back with something to be able to have enough on Chad. Unless if Lori rolls over on him and she throws him under the bus, you never know. I mean, Chad's probably worried, just like, oh, maybe if he doesn't post bail, well, it doesn't sound like he has enough money anyway, but it just makes me wonder how desperate Lori wound up getting And if it gets to a point where she does throw him under the bus, I mean, maybe if it passes July and she sees the end of the world isn't here, and I mean, who knows? But I wouldn't put it past her to eventually start talking and basically throw him under the bus. And whether she puts all the blame on him or just tells about his part, I mean, nothing would surprise me in this case. That's the thing. And like I said, I wouldn't put it past her because she don't seem like a loyal, I'm going to stand by you no matter what type, that she would stick by Chad. And if Chad was involved, that she wouldn't say anything forever. She would just take all the blame herself and take all the charges. No, she's selfish as crap. She's so selfish. Trying to kill off her husbands for money. I mean, no. I think it's only a matter of time when she feels the desperation, when she realizes she's not going to get away with this. Like, this is serious. She realizes that hopefully they have enough evidence and she sees that, then she might start talking. Because, I mean, she's just too selfish to take it all on herself. If for some reason they don't charge Chad and they can't find anything to charge him, I just feel like when it comes to the point where it's like her against her life and her going to prison for the rest of her life, then she's going to start talking to try to get a deal for herself, because she's just too selfish, in my opinion. So next is just a quick update on the Gannon Stout case. I know we were talking about that suitcase in the live, and I wasn't aware of it. You guys were all aware of the suitcase. I didn't even know about it because I wasn't studying this case as in depth as I was the Lori or the Boswell case. So I wasn't sure about every single detail. I'm starting to learn now. So there was a suitcase. So you guys were right. Let me just read a part of this article. It says, a source close to the investigation into the death of Gannon Stout has revealed some disturbing details in the case. The 11-year-old was allegedly murdered by his stepmom, Latecia Stout. A source tells KKTV 11 News that the boy was shot, stabbed, and put in a suitcase before his body was thrown under a Florida bridge. I mean, we kind of figured that he was shot, stabbed, and, well, plus, I think, because they said a blunt instrument, so I think he was hit with something, too, because of all the charges, those new charges. When those new charges came up, it was just like, are you kidding me? The firearm, the knife, the blunt instrument, like, what the heck? This girl just went into this rage and just went psycho on this kid. So yeah, this source, I don't know what this source is, but they said he was shot, stabbed, and put in a suitcase before his body was thrown under the Florida bridge. And maybe he was hit with something too, like a blunt instrument. They said, this one doesn't say that, but still, that's enough. Shot and stabbed, geez. But it does make me think that, the one charge, the use of a blunt instrument, makes me think that there was some evidence that he was hit with something too. Man, this girl is crazy, I swear. Wow. She's definitely got something not right in her head. I mean, she's got something that... And like I said, her eyes just look so disconnected. Like, I know we don't have a ton to go by because the one video she didn't even show her face, but just the pictures, the old pictures compared to like seeing her now with pictures and videos, her eyes just look so disconnected. Like, she just doesn't look like she's even in touch with reality in a way. It's just, she just looks out there. And somebody said maybe she was on antidepressants or on some kind of medicine that they aren't giving it to her in prison, so she's could have a lot of side effects coming off, like antidepressants and stuff. Or she could just be withdrawing from something else. And then somebody mentioned maybe they have her on something. Maybe they sedated her because she was attacking police officers. Maybe they needed to sedate her to get her to calm down. But those eyes just look evil. And it's like, it's just almost like she's like not human. I don't know. It's just not. She just, she's out of these three cases right now, I feel like she's the most evil. I mean, they're all so evil, but she's just evil for the sake of being evil, you know? Like, Lori has some religious reasons and money and greed reasons, and we don't know the whole Boswell case. It might be, I think, my opinion, maybe, this is just my opinion, but that Megan was the one that killed Evelyn, whether she took the abuse too far and Evelyn ended up dying, or she purposely killed her. I think it could be two things, whether she abused her so much and she just ended up dying, or if there was an accident, or because of Hunter, she wanted to start a new life and he has something to do with it. He didn't want her, he didn't want Evelyn, or he killed Evelyn, or just some kind of reason, not just for the sake of murdering somebody. With Megan, there would be a motive too, whether it be for a guy or an accident, or she didn't want to get in trouble or something. But Latecia is just, I feel like, is just evil for evil. She's just a evil person because she has all this rage and she's just bad. Like I said, not that they aren't all bad, but I'm just saying she's just evil for no freaking reason. Just sometimes I have trouble thinking of how to explain what I mean, but she's just like evil for evil's sake. I mean, it's just her. It's just that she doesn't need a reason to be crazy, freaking evil person, just crazy. Okay, so let me just read you a quick update on how stupid, I shouldn't say that. Well, no, actually I could say that. But how stupid, I guess, yeah, I'll say, that Angela Boswell, which remember that's Megan Boswell's mother and Evelyn Boswell's grandmother, and William McLeod, which is Angela's boyfriend. How stupid is this? Okay, listen. Angela Boswell and her boyfriend William McLeod had attempted to shoplift from a Walmart on Fort Henry Drive in Kingston, Tennessee on Thursday. Boswell is the grandmother of the recently deceased toddler Evelyn Boswell, whose disappearance and death was all over the local news markets in the past month. Court documents stated that Boswell and McLeod had approached a register with a cart full of merchandise and then attempted to leave the store without paying. The citation of the incident listed the total value of the merchandise they attempted to take was $45.02. $45.02. How stupid. They're already on probation and they're out on bond and they're gonna go maybe get their bond revoked for $45.02. I mean, what about her dad that bailed them out? I mean, can't he help them with groceries? I mean, it seems like he has money and he's supporting them and willing to support them, I'm sure, for some groceries for $45 instead of them going back to jail, which good though. I hope they do get their bond revoked because I feel like they should be in jail because I do believe that they do have a part in this somehow. I feel like I could be wrong. I don't know. I think Megan is the one that did it. Megan or Hunter, or Megan and Hunter. Hunter's her boyfriend, remember. But I do believe that Angela and William might have some kind of part in it, whether they helped cover it up. But this is just my opinion. I could be totally wrong, and maybe Angela's the one that did it. I could be totally wrong. Just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think? What part do you think Angela had in it, or William? For some reason, I just think Megan had the bigger part, and she was the one that did it. And I think it has to do with Hunter. I know I keep saying that, but whether Hunter did it or Megan did it for Hunter, because Hunter wanted like a clean slate and have his own family, and he didn't want Evelyn to be a part of it. Because Hunter, he looks kind of crazy. I mean, look at these pictures. Those eyes look like crazy in those pictures. Wow. Even if he didn't have something to do with it, this guy, I feel like, is not right. There's something not right with him. I feel like his eyes just look like not connected with reality too. And then that interview, so did you notice at the end of the interview, he just makes this weird face? He's like, I don't know, it just caught me. It just made me kind of like, wonder what that reporter said that he responded that way with that face, or wonder what he was doing, why would he was responding like that?
I've never met the father in my life as well. To my knowledge, the entire time that I've known Maggie, I've never seen the baby, of course, but as well as the baby has been with the father, you know, back from military leave. And that is all that I've known about the child, you know, never seen it, never seen her or anything of that matter.
And the interview was kind of odd. He kept looking down. It just seemed like he was lying. Like he just didn't. It didn't seem like somebody that was. how you would act if you were telling the truth. I know it's only a few second interview is not much to tell, but the citation also mentioned that Boswell and McLeod were already in the custody of the loss prevention workers when the police arrived. Before both were allowed to leave, they were cited for shoplifting and banned from all the Walmart properties for life. Wow, that's huge because everybody shops at Walmart, but they probably won't take that serious, and they'll probably be back in Walmart next week if they don't get their bond revoked. I thought they should have got it revoked when they found the body. There was those rumors that they said that they thought that maybe Angela brought the body back to her ex-husband, Megan's dad's, because remember she said, oh, you'll regret this. So, what would be the biggest regret is to try to frame him for the murder. If you guys aren't aware what I'm talking about, when her ex-husband, Megan's dad, was going to call, he said, well, I'm going to call the cops and tell them Evelyn's missing. Well, Angela, I guess, told him, well, you're going to regret this. And then Evelyn ends up being found on his property. So it makes you wonder, did Angela put Evelyn there either before or after? And if it was after, they had those ankle monitors on, so couldn't they do like a GPS and see if they were there? But I guess she could say she was there for another reason, but you're not really supposed to leave your house. So, it would help to kind of see if it was possible for her to put Evelyn there afterwards. I guess she could have done it before, but then there was those rumors that, well, not even rumors, I'm pretty sure they did search the property. You think they would have searched in that barn? Like, how could they have searched the property and not searched there the first time? So either they missed it somehow, or it was put there after. And Megan was in jail. Megan's still in jail, so she couldn't have put Evelyn there. So maybe even Hunter. I don't trust that guy either. Okay, so I'm going to read you a couple more posts that I found on Facebook. So the first one is, this is a message back and forth between somebody that obviously knows Megan, aka Maggie Boswell, maybe family or friend. I'll read it to you. Sorry, it's a little blurry, so I kind of have to, it's kind of hard to read. Okay, it says, I'm excited to see you tomorrow. I need to be surrounded by happy energy. And then the person responds, "Aw, love, it'll be okay. I know things are rough. We will get through this, and Evelyn will get justice." And then they respond, "I just cringe when I think about it." And then the person responds, "I hate to ask. I know you are grieving and possibly not in the mood to discuss details, but do they have an idea who is responsible? Like, is it who I think it is?" And then the person responds, "Maggie? She hasn't confessed. She is still lying and making up stories. They, as in the investigators, have reason to believe that Maggie hurt Evelyn the day she moved out of her trailer. That same day she had an altercation with her father regarding Evelyn. Supposedly she fell off the bed and broke her arm, and Tommy gave her hell for not watching her and offered to keep Evelyn, but Maggie refused. They believe Maggie hurt Evelyn as a, well, if I can't have her, nobody can." And then the person responds, "So like she was possessive?" And then they answer, "More like self-assertive. I don't even want to think about what happened. But knowing Maggie and how she is, I think Evelyn got in her way with Hunter. If you knew Maggie, you know she would keep Evelyn away from people just to be petty, especially if she was upset with you. Her dad wanted to raise Evelyn to give Maggie a break, but instead I feel like she got back at her dad with harming Evelyn, which makes me so sick because why result in murder? How could someone be so selfish? I absolutely hate her. Her dad or any of the family would have raised that baby." Oh, wow. And then, so somebody had seen William and Angela walking on the streets. Looks like maybe they're homeless, well, I don't want to say that for sure, but they're carrying a bunch of stuff. I don't know if they don't have a place to stay or they're just walking because they don't have a car, but somebody saw them out in the streets and they took a couple pictures. What would you do if you seen them on the street? Would you approach them or just take a picture like this person did? Okay, so one more thing I want to read you. This is from that lady that actually, her daughter was best friends with Megan, and she spent like those days leading up to her arrest, she spent with this lady. So this is this message that she wrote on Facebook. It says, "I joined this group tonight. I appreciate it very much. I'm not sure where to even begin, but I've known Megan since she started kindergarten with my daughter, who also passed away 1 year and 4 months ago. She was only 17 and her case has yet to be solved. So I was blessed to know Evelyn. I know Megan, and unfortunately I know her so-called mother as well. Such pathetic things I've seen over the years. But Megan showed up at the house, dropped off by some hotel employee on the day the Amber Alert was issued. At first I was so happy to see her. I knew she would call me eventually because of our history and how my family kind of took her in after my daughter passed away. But when I saw Megan, I thought we'd go talk and she'd explain everything to me and I'd have some kind of understanding about where Evelyn was. My hope faded so fast as I listened to lie upon lie and watched her behave like there was absolutely nothing happening. The first search they did of Tommy's property, Megan was with me and she kept saying, I just feel like I'm going to get arrested. I said, why would you even say that? And she said she felt like her mom would basically kill Evelyn and hide her body on her dad's property. But keep in mind, that was her only concern. I told her that investigators were smarter than that. Then it really got weird when she finally started calling the authorities. Also because I had to make her. But they told her they had found some sensitive evidence and they couldn't tell her what it was over the phone. Only that it wasn't a body, and her reply to the TBI agent was that she'd just wait until the next day to find out. I knew then that poor Evelyn was gone. But I looked her dead in the eyes and I said, what the is wrong with you, Megan? What do you mean we'll wait to find out what they found? I told her at that point that we were going down there now. We went and I spoke and was asked questions by TBI and SCSO. Like I said, I knew at that point that she wasn't in any kind of distress and knew they knew it too. So we finally left about 1 a.m. Megan was so relieved to hear that they didn't find a body, and it was strange too, because honestly by this time she was acting more like someone that got away with murder. I informed the TBI agent about her response because she had also said she was glad to hear that they didn't do any digging. I'm like, what the does that actually even mean? I cried and told her, Megan, please, it's snowing outside and she's out there somewhere and she's probably cold. Where is she? And she just sat there and said nothing. I've got so much more to say personally. I've been grieving over the loss of my 17-year-old, and here's her friend in my living room. I was praying so hard, begging her daughter to help guide me. But anyway, I'm dealing with that incredible loss. I knew then that now Evelyn was dead, and I knew Megan's life was over because she failed as a mother to protect her child. There's a lot of things I can't comment on because I can't, and I won't mess up the ongoing investigation. I would like to have some kind of memorial service or something for Evelyn. I spoke with Tommy Jr. and he said the funeral was going to be family only. That bothers me because I loved her too, very much, and I need some kind of way to show my respect. Only for Evelyn. Does anyone know if anything is being planned or anything? Because our community and people all around us loved her and grew to love her. My heart can't be more broken than it is now. I truly believe that my daughter, who's without a doubt in heaven, has got Evelyn now, and they're safely with God. So I think that maybe she helped with the investigation. Thank you. You know who you are that wrote this, because you said you talked to TBI and told them about Evelyn saying that about how she was relieved that they didn't find anything at her dad's property, and then you said you told TBI about her response. So thank you, because that's probably why they went back there and looked again, because of you, I bet. I mean, that's what I'm guessing. So because of you, they found her. That's what it sounds like to me. So thanks for doing that, because they did find her, and I feel like it is with the help of you. So, and I'm sorry to hear about your daughter if you are watching this. Okay, so those are all the updates I have for you. If you guys know anything more on these cases, let me know. And I hope you guys are all doing okay. Just enjoy your family right now. Enjoy just relaxing and having the time off. I know it's scary because it's not like, it's not like a vacation, you know, like, oh, we get time off, oh, vacation time, no work. It's scary because it's like you wake up every day wondering, are you going to get sick? You're nervous to go outside and even talk to anybody. You're got to keep washing your hands. You know, you're worried, is there going to be food? Is there going to be, like I said, the biggest worry, is your family going to get sick? Are you going to get sick? So it's not like a fun time to be off. I understand that. But this is what we have to, I mean, we don't have a choice in it. So I guess try to make the best out of it. Like, stay positive, find at least one thing every day to make you laugh and just to smile, and just try to hang out with your family and just try not to think about it all day. I know you should watch the news to keep informed what's going on, but don't sit there and watch it all day, because that's all you're going to think about. You're going to be paranoid. And then just try to like watch some funny movies, or watch some Netflix or something to take your mind off of it. Like I said, I know it's hard to do in a time like that, but there's so many people that are just awesome. I mean, you see all the funny posts. I'm gonna working on a video to put together all these funny posts that people are just have the best sense of humor and are finding the humor and all this stuff. So I might do a couple videos of like a compilation of all this funny posts that people are posting about this situation. Just about, if you can't laugh at yourself then, or laugh at the situation, you have to somehow be able to laugh at the situation, even though I know that it's real and people are really dying, and that's not funny. I know I'm not saying that, but just to be able to stay like sane and not get into a panic, because I know a lot of, like I said on my last video, a lot of people I'm sure suffer from anxiety. Even people that don't normally suffer from anxiety or probably have anxiety at these kind of times, you know. So it's just, you have to just try to laugh and find humor in it, or you will just go insane, or you'll just go into a panic. And I mean, panic attacks are real. I mean, panic attacks are serious. I get panic attacks, and for those of you that have never had, I mean, those of you that have had panic attacks understand, but some people maybe have never really had a actual panic attack where you can't breathe. I mean, you feel like you're dying. Sometimes you feel like you're going to pass out. You feel dizzy. You can't catch your breath. I mean, you feel like you literally cannot breathe, and your heart's pounding. Sometimes your heart will skip a beat, and it's just like you literally can't breathe. And as much as you realize that it's a panic attack and you're going to be okay and you're not going to die, but when you're in that moment, sometimes it's hard to think like that. Like I mean, I always try to convince myself and try to take deep breaths and try to convince myself it's just a panic attack, I'm not going to die. But when you're going through those physical symptoms, it doesn't matter. Like, your body is fighting to breathe. So you could tell yourself that, but sometimes it doesn't help, and you're just like, when you can't breathe, and you know, I mean, sometimes it's hard to get your mind there when physically your body is telling you something else, you know. So, but yeah, so look for some of the funny videos I'm going to put together. It's just funny videos, funny posts that I've been finding on Facebook, or maybe has sent me a ton of them. They're just for this situation, just to try to laugh at the situation. So yeah, I just try to hang in there. We're gonna get through this. This is gonna end, and we're gonna be back to normal. It's just, I know it seems like it's never gonna end, and it's you can't see the end to it, but it will. Just hang in there, and we will get back to normal. I know we will, and I know that a lot of people have lost their lives, and I'm sorry for that. That just, wow. If any of your family, or if you guys know people that have, I'm so sorry. Like, I can't even imagine. We'll get through this, and it'll get better. I know it will. But just try to keep positive. And yeah, so that's the end of this video. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do a live tomorrow or soon. I'll let you know. I'll put the reminder up, and maybe we could do it like we did last time. Like, we could do one discussing the cases, and then I could end it and then do another one, a funny one, fun one. If you guys could think of any like interactive games or something that we could do just to take our minds off of it. And any guests, please email me. I want, especially for the one, well, any of them, if you want to discuss the case or even the fun interactive game type ones, just email me ahead of time, because then I'll have your email. And I think some of you guys are get confused on how to be a guest, because a lot of people will be like, oh, what number do I call? Or no, it's an email. So if you email me, as long as I have your email, when I start the live, I could send you an invite, and then you just go through. And I guess it only takes a couple minutes to set it up. You could put what name you want to appear, and then you just, you know, you accept it, and you could do it on your phone. I guess it's pretty easy to set it up for guests. And you come on, you could just do audio, or you could do video and audio, but you don't have to show yourself if you don't want it. So, but I'm trying to get at people ahead of time to send me their email, so I have it. So then when I go live, I have your email. All I got to do is send you the invite, and you can come on. Just to keep our mind busy. We'll have fun. But yeah, so you guys all take care, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one, guys. Bye.